Hey, what's going on, Sad Nation? Happy Sunday to you, or Monday. It really depends on where you're at in this world. I just hope that you all had a beautiful, wonderful weekend, resting, relaxing, and just enjoying yourself, whether that's by yourself, with your family, with your kids, with your parents, grandparents, grandkids, cousins, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, husband, wife, whatever, partner, animal, friends. It doesn't matter. I just hope that you all had an opportunity just to enjoy yourself, right? Life is stressful enough as it is with whatever we all got going on, or work, or school, everything else, right? So it is good sometimes to be able to rest your mind physically and spiritually and mentally, right? We just need that. There is something called market fatigue, as I coined it, right? Market fatigue is real, just as with anything. You do get burnt out from it, and it does impact on how you trade and how you view it, and ultimately your emotions. But nonetheless, let's get to it. Today's video is for you all. I know that you guys are very close to getting that 70, and by the time I post this, or by the time this uploads and finished processing, you will hit that. And if you don't, you know what? It is a bonus for you, just to show you my appreciation for all those that continue to support this community, this movement. Again, right? I don't get anything out of it. You guys liking it, it does not give me any money. It is for you. It is showing me your commitment to this community and your commitment to this market and commitment to learning and improving yourself and trying to get yourself out of your current situation. Again, this video is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. What you see on your screen is SPY on the daily time frame, SPY. It is very similar to what you see all the time, because we are looking at a daily time frame and not much has changed in terms of the larger picture, right? You see on your screen, you see the EMA clouds, you see the yellow line, 200-day, the teal line is the 50-day. You see this inverse head and shoulders, which I have shown you for a long time now, right? Here's the shoulder over here, here's the head, and here's the other potential shoulder, right? This curvature does not signify where price is going to go. It is just a visual to show you that a shoulder is forming, right? When I first did this, we were not even up here yet, right? We were somewhere in the mid 440s, and then we eventually hit this and we came down. I know a lot of you saw it. The real, question is, did a lot of you take it when rejected? And, I would say most of you didn't. I did short it, right? You saw me get into the or August 18th SPY puts, which I am still holding, right? I still have some runners, but I got into it early. It came up and it rejected, and then I held on to it just because I saw the rejection and I saw the breakage of a rising wedge, and then I got rewarded for it. And those who took that swing trade, you were also rewarded, especially for those that got in a little bit later, right? When you got in almost at the 460 high, I did not get in at the 460. I got in around high 440s and low 450s, right? So I had to sit through some turbulence, but it is just the way the price works, and you just have to have your conviction and you trade it, right? My stop would have been above this high right here, right? This 462, because that was the swing high. But anyway, look, so inverse head and shoulders, you can even say cup and handle. If you don't want to cut into shoulder, here's a cup, here's the handle. The rising wedge pattern that we've been showing you, or I've been showing you for the last, I don't even know how long now, we did break it, right? We rejected off this neckline, this neckline, liquidity imbalance, order block, supply zone, whatever you want to call it, right? Different names, different strokes for different folks, as we say. It broke the upward trend line, the mini upward trend line, rising wedge on August 2nd. Pulled back, retested, failed, came back down, and then Friday it finally broke out the larger rising wedge, right? This upward trend line is that larger rising wedge. So we broke it, we filled some of the gap, didn't completely fill it, we rejected off the gap, and then came back up. So we did touch the gap. We did it a couple times. We did it on Wednesday. We barely touched it. Thursday, we barely touched it and rocket. And then Friday, we touched it again, got into it, but did not gain full acceptance. So we broke out of it. So what I'd be looking for going tomorrow, first of all, we have on the strat, we have a 3-2-2 setup. This was your 3 right here. It took out, the low and the high. Here's the high, here's the low, took out. Friday was a 2 down. So on tomorrow, I'm actually looking for a 2 up reversal, right? Just because of the way that it closed and the way that it rejected off the gap and whatnot. Obviously, that would be very dependent on what futures does in about 18 minutes from now, right? So by the time this recording uploads, future will have already begun. But Obviously, I don't have foresight. I am just giving you my analysis based on where price closed on Friday. It looks like we want to make a 3-2 up into regular trading hours unless futures tanks tonight and we get closer to the low of Friday. With that said, we have a 3-2-2 up, right? We do have this gap here that we did not completely fill. We do have the 50-day moving average, which is around 442. If we do break any of these levels, I'd be looking for the next psych level, which is 440. That'd be a huge level, which also coincides with this downward trend line that we've been utilizing as our falling wedge. All right. So if we do break this, these two right here, the gap in this 50-day moving average, look, by the time the candles give you somewhere around here, right? Because this you can see the lines, right? The whole vertical lines right here, the other ones right here, and right here. So if we come down, it would be literally 440, maybe 440.9, 441, somewhere around there. And then we might possibly reject and come up. But if we do that, I'd be willing to take it long to at the end of the rest of the week, into the end of the rest of the week. The reason why is because we'd be very far overextended on this cloud. Most likely not just going to continue down. We'd probably make it bounce back up to the 440s, mid 440s, and potentially break out. But what I'd be looking at again says I'm looking for update tomorrow based on the current data. The weekly, something to note is that we did touch the EMA cloud, so we are on it, no longer overextended on the weekly, so we do not have that as a play or factor anymore. We do have overextension on the monthly still, right? The monthly is still overextended pretty significantly, right? So we are sitting around 428, 428.9, 429.2, somewhere around that range, right? Give or take 20, 30 cents. So we still have more room to come down. I did say in a couple of tweets that over the course of the next 14 trading days, the rest of August, I do foresee us coming and taking out the low of last month. Obviously, if we break above the 50% monthly, then that nullifies it, and we probably most likely not going to happen. But as long as we can maintain price below that 50%, we have a very high probability of going a 2 down month, right? If we don't go 2 down month in August, I'm fine with that as well. I still think we do make more down in it. We might not tap it, but we will definitely break it in September then if we do not break it in August, right? We will break this this July's low, right? We'll definitely break August's low. So we'll make at least, it's a perfect setup, right? Be a 2-1-2, right? 2-1-2 to the downside. I would take that any day. I would set my stop at the 50% of last month then. But like I said, going tomorrow, 322, looking for 322 up. Like I said, monthly is still overextended, weekly is not. We are below the EMA clouds. The reason why I like the long is because we are below the clouds. We just broke out. Usually when we break out, you can see here on the second we broke out, we made it further down, but then we came back up. And then on Wednesday or Friday, the 4th, we came back up and almost reversed the whole entire thing. So I just don't think we're ready to come back to go further down and then continue further down to the month. Yeah, I think we're going to have a little bit more consolidation chop before we finally make that leg down. Also because we have the gap, we have the 50-day, the psychological low of the 440. And here's a little tidbit. If we go to the QQQ, you can see this, right? Look, so the QQQ already broke through the EMA clouds, right? So QQQ's has made a 3-2 down, but it's a Spain top doji, whatever you want to call it. So that means it's momentum has been down lately. So that just means that there could be a potential shift in price direction because of a doji or Spain top. That's what it usually means. So we can potentially come back up, go back to the clouds, which is 370, about 4-point move. That would mean SPY would also come back up. So that is a part of the reason why I'm looking at that as well. If we go to smaller time frames, and you can pause the screen wherever you want. I'll do this. So you can pause the screen and mark these levels down for yourself, right? These are the highs, the lows, 50%, the 8, 34, and 21 EMAs. So you can utilize that for your own benefit. All right, give you a few seconds. Oh, it doesn't matter. You pause it, you can have it as long as you want. All right, cool. That's enough now, right? So here is that falling wedge that we've been talking about, right? I drew this out. It was starting in July. We've been using this, and I drew another small wedge just to give us a look, right? Because you can play, right? We played this breakout. We did play this breakout. I played this long. This is the I was like, hey man, we're gonna take the long from 449 all the way up to 451. That was that 200% play. I did a video recap of that. And then I said we ran to exhaustion, that inverted hammer on the 5 minute right here. I'll show it to you again. Right? There's that inverted hammer. 5 minute inverted hammer right here, right? Overextension, came back down. But the point is this, right? We are we are in this falling wedge. We had a breakout, false breakout. So, and look how tight price action was here. So we are going to make a move. A move is going to happen. Definitely something's going to happen. Maybe it'll potentially break to the upside. If we do break to the upside, I cannot see price breaking Friday's high, which is the week's high, right? I can't see, or not Friday's, the week's high. I don't see that. That was Thursday's high. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to get stuck somewhere between the 50% of the month and the week high. So maybe 449 to 450.1 or 450.5, 450.7, somewhere around there, just because, you have a big order block here in balance. In fact, there's an order block right about here, right? So this is where I would like it, right? This is where I'm looking at, right? So yeah, you didn't even see this until just now looking at it. So 449.97, 450 basically to 450.55. This is where I would ultimately like price to go tomorrow before taking short. And look, ironically, so this is where the price action, normal price action to be, right? So this is the open, look, 930 is right here, right? If we open somewhere around here, we can go all the way up to here. And then look, we have this upward trend line, downward trend line, and then we have this imbalance right here, right? This would be that sweet spot. And if we do break it, I just don't see it breaking the high. If it does get closer to high, great. I will take that and I will short it. I'll play the reversal. This is my opinion. That's what I'm seeing. So tonight, I would like to see, obviously it's a spot, but yes, where we open up in about 10 minutes, I would like to see whether we gap up and, start making a movement up. If not, ultimately, I would think it'd be best if we actually gap down, come try to take the low out, reject off here, and then come down somewhere here, and then it'd be easy for me. I'm going to take it up. That's just my view based on price right now. But just the way this is, how it consolidated, how it slowed down, I do think that we are going to make an update tomorrow. But my determination will be whether we break the 50% for Friday is going to be my determination when we make a down or update going into tomorrow. Again, that is what I see. Like I said, we use QQQ. We looked at daily, we looked at monthly, we looked at weekly. It just looks like we are going to make at least a pullback before we make the down, longer term down for the month, right? But I can see a pullback for the next day or so. And we do have that gap to the upside of 453.52. I don't think we're going to break through this gap and whatnot. I think we might hit this and then eventually reject and then come back down for the end of the month and take out that low. So that is what I am seeing heading into tomorrow. Obviously, I will wait until tomorrow and futures night to give you the pivots because that is a more accurate way from what I have discovered. And I think you all that have been in the nation have seen it and could probably concur that it works best. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking the 10-15 minutes to listen to this video and to give it a thumbs up, a like, comment, and also like the tweet. Thanks again. I will talk to you later. Bye.